Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. I am currently in the airport, and I can honestly say this by far is the worst experience I've ever had. And I love experiments, but this is the worst. This is definitely my first and last time flying. Next time I get on a plane, I will be planning to leave the country. From now on, I will drive state to state. I'm not doing it. I said my new saying was going to be catch flights, not headaches, but I done had a major headache ever since I started with this fucking flight. Ever since. The hard part about this is the fact that I have bad anxiety and I'm out here alone. And you know, it's not bad that I'm out here alone because I realize that from here until whenever, everything that I'm going to do is going to be on my own and alone. The upsetting part is that I don't have nobody to talk to help me get through this while I'm going through this. Like, I can talk to whoever, you know, but the only thing anybody's going to tell me is that, oh, it's going to be okay, everything's going to be okay, everything's going to be all right. And right now, I don't need to hear that. Like, I got a major headache. Like, I cried so hard yesterday. And not to mention, like, today is the day my mother passed, three years ago, 2019, July 24th, 2000. Shit, I said 2019, 2017. 2017, my mother passed July 24th, and today is a Sunday. Booking my flight was easy. I got a discount for my job, you know, so booking it wasn't all that hard. When I called to figure out what the fuck to do when I got in the airport, you know, I got nowhere. They told me to call the airline because I was calling the airport. I thought I was supposed to call the airport to get directions on how to walk around the fucking airport. But I guess that's what's wrong. Get there early, get there, you know, get through TSA and all of that, and get to the flight. And we get on the flight, and sitting on the plane, we got a 2-hour delay just sitting here. We were supposed to take off at 5 o'clock. We didn't take off till 7. It's Central Time. We were supposed to get in Miami in enough time for me to get off one plane, to get on another plane, to go to fucking Richmond. No, we had to have a 2-hour delay because people didn't want to do what the fuck they were supposed to do, and then they ended up having to work on the plane when the plane got there. Like, they should have just scheduled a whole nother plane for us and went from there. So they call them connectors. So my connector plane was in Miami, and it was supposed to leave at 9:22. I was supposed to land at 8:30. We were supposed to leave at 9:22. I didn't get to Miami till damn near 10 o'clock. I ended up having to another delay. Like, they had to rebook me because that was the last plane leaving from Miami to Richmond, and they only have one going from Miami to Richmond. Like, now I gotta fly from Miami to New York to Richmond. I went from Houston to Miami and was supposed to go from Miami to Richmond, but now I went from Houston to Miami. Now I gotta go to New York to then get to Richmond. What hurts me the most is the fact that this is my first time doing this, and this is not something that I could have prepared for because I would not have known how to prepare for it. You know, I looked online and I got to the airport early and I did majority what they said, but you know, to be prepared, but you can't prepare for an unexpected delay. Like, if they knew that plane had problems before they took off from where they originally took off to get to me in Houston, they should have just not did that. But it's cool, you know. You live and you learn. I originally didn't want to pack my clothes. I didn't want to take nothing because I was only going to Richmond to do one or two things, but I was like, no, I can't do that because I can't walk around funky. You know, I understand that I have I don't give a fuck attitude and I have a careless attitude, but I care about smelling. Okay? luckily, like, I don't even know what to say the lucky part is, but I'm just upset. I'm highly upset right now. The good part about it is the fact that when we did get to Miami last night, they did give us a hotel voucher and they gave us 2 meal vouchers for $12 each, which came up to be $24 altogether. So, but the thing with the hotel voucher is, you know, when you rent at a hotel, you have to pay a deposit. And so again, I was not prepared to pay no deposit for no hotel. So I ended up having to sleep in a hotel lobby because I couldn't find a way back to the airport, you know? So it's like I just had an all around bad experience from yesterday morning trying to get information to get to the airport, the correct correct terminal, everything, all the way up until now, and probably all the way up until I get back to Houston. Yo, like, I was able to use one of the vouchers this morning when I got back to the airport because technically I'd have been a whole 24 hours without eating, and the way my anxiety set up, the way my body is set up, like, I can't do that. Like, I didn't cry so hard and so much last night. Like, I started feeling sick. Like, I got a headache sitting on the plane, and then for me crying and not eating and not having nothing on my stomach, like, I feel terrible right now. Like, this is not a good experience for me, and I was excited. Like I said, my saying was supposed to be catch flights, not headaches, and as soon as I said that, I instantly started getting a headache because of this fucking flight, bro. All because I want to save money. This is the price you pay when you want to save money. You know what I'm saying? Trying to go home, trying to clean out what I need to clean out, clear out my last little bit of information from Richmond so I could finally, you know, move on. And every time it's heartache and turmoil. Like, every time it's heartache and pain. Like, I'm ready to stop going to Richmond altogether. I'm ready to say fuck it, okay? I'm ready to just delete Richmond out of my life, like, for real. I used a meal voucher at Wendy's and felt like that was a fucking waste of time. Like, one of the reviews online I looked at for one of the places in here in the airport for food, like, they said that was trash. So maybe all the airport food is trash. Like, I wanted some pizza. It said that online, it said it was open. They got signs up saying it was open, and it ain't even open. Like, I couldn't even eat my food because of the fact that I'm sick, and I know if I eat too fast, I'm gonna throw up. Like, this is definitely a terrible experience for me. Like, and I was excited about being able to take planes to go somewhere so that I wouldn't have to drive, but I'm gonna be driving state to state. Even if it take me 2-3 days, I'm going. Shout out to the people that can't take flights without headaches. Catch flights, not headaches. Because I damn sure done got a headache from this flight.
American Airlines, we're glad you're here. This flight is on its way to one of our islands. U.S. law requires compliance with lighted and posted signs and crew member instructions. All flights are non-smoking, including e-cigarettes. It's against the law.
Be taking off. Headed to New York.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention. Masks are not required on board American Airlines flight, but if you do choose to wear one, we do respect your choice. Please be respectful to the passengers that choose to wear a mask or choose not to, as well as the flight attendants. Smoking is not allowed on board American Airlines flight whatsoever, and charging your smoking devices is prohibited as well. In the event the oxygen mask do fall form on over.
Just landed in New York like 20 minutes ago. Boarding the plane to Richmond. Finally get there, I guess. You okay? It's okay. Nobody tripping, but we should go out the way. And when you get it again, I can candy paint. Taking off again, leaving New York, going to Richmond, finally. I finally made it to Richmond, and I believe on this trip I done grew, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4. I done grew from gray hair a lot. Because when I left Texas, it wasn't this many. Especially on this side. I am upset. I'm hurting. My hair hurt. My eyes hurt. My brain hurt. I'm just over it. Okay, so I'm sitting outside in this heat. I'm home where I originally started. Richmond, Virginia. That's where I'm at. Sitting in my grandma's house, sitting outside in this heat. Okay? So, I know I spoke on my little flight and everything, but let me just make it clear. Okay. So, when I booked my ticket, I booked my ticket a week in advance because I had the money. Okay. The day of my trip, which was yesterday morning, I called the airport, to try to get some type of, direction of how to maneuver through the airport. But the person I spoke with was not trying to help. She told me I had to call the airline to figure out what I needed to figure out because I was calling the airport. Now, the airline goes to the airport, and I have to walk through the airport to get to the airline. Now, I didn't explain all of this to her. I didn't say all this to her, but I'm just thinking, like, I gotta walk through the airport to get through the airline. I understand that online, you gotta look up where the terminal is. I get all of that. Okay, I understand that. I mean, what terminal go through for your airline? Okay, I get all of that. But what about learning the inside of the airport? I told the lady, I said I need help because I'm a new flyer. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, well, you got to call your airline. They're the only one that can help. You're calling the airport. Duh. But anyway, it's okay. I'm going to let it go. So that was one thing. That was the start. I woke up a little late, but that didn't necessarily affect me because I still got to the airport at a decent time to get my ticket, get all the pre-checks and everything. Okay, cool. So we sitting and we waiting to get on the plane. We get on the plane and they say that the last crew that brought the plane in, there was a bunch of mechanical issues that had to be fixed before we could take off. Okay, that's understandable. You're trying to be safe. Cool. That took like an hour and a half. Then for another 30 minutes to an hour, all the pilot kept saying was, well, now we're waiting on paperwork. We should take off in 15 minutes. And he said it a couple of times. Cool. Then when we finally got the opportunity to take off, people didn't want to do what they was supposed to do. Still on their phone, arguing with the flight attendants. Like, why are you arguing with the flight attendants? If they ask you something simple to do, that's holding us up. Like, they pulled off, oh, well, we got to pull back in because somebody's not being compliant. Are you serious? And it ended up being 2 or 3 people that wasn't being compliant. Okay? One lady that was sitting, not necessarily beside me, but sort of kind of in my same row, just on the opposite aisle, she ended up having to call and get her reservation changed for her connector plane because we was already late. We was already leaving when her next plane was taking off. So the time they quoted her was the time that I was supposed to take off to get to my plane to be on time. We ended up 30 minutes past that. 30 minutes. 30 minutes past that. Okay? So we get there. Didn't know where to go. But we found out where to go. We went to rebooking. And we ended up, they gave us a voucher for a hotel and they gave us 2 vouchers for food. Okay? I'm a broke hoe. Okay? Broke. So the voucher, it covered the night of the hotel, but they still wanted another $100 for security to secure the room. I had the $100, but that $100 that I had has to go to something else. So I couldn't afford to risk losing money and it not be back in my account when it should because of my bank. Now my bank is funny. My bank don't always give me my money back when it's supposed to. My bank it's not always quick and compliant like they say. Which is understandable, because every company is different. So every company, it ping off of each other different. So, and that's something that I was not trying to miss or trying to, I don't know. That's something I was trying to avoid. Trying to... Anyway, I ended up having to stay in the hotel lobby. And I cried, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried. Because every time it's time for me to come to Richmond, it's always problems. Always. Always, always, and forever. Now, today I wanted to be able to go see my brother. I couldn't even see my brother because I got here late. Like, I wanted to clean out my storage. I gotta wait another day to do that because I got here late. And now, I'm so upset that I'm ready to leave early. I got a whole nother day to do everything, and I don't even want to be here to do it. I don't. I'm ready to go. So, the shuttles for the bus down there, they start at 12. So I'm at 5. So I got up at 5. I got on the shuttle, went to the airport, sat at the airport for the 3-4 hours that I had to sit there before my plane took off. Okay. In the midst of me sitting there, I went and got food. The reviews I seen online at one of the places I wanted to go to said the food was trash. So I didn't go there, and they won't open anyway. Then I went somewhere else, and that food was trash. Like, the airport food, I don't think it's good. Even though I don't really like too many people breakfast food anyway. Yeah, it wasn't good. For this to be my first flight, my first experience for a flight, this definitely has made me not want to get on the flight no more. It definitely have made me not want to fly anywhere else. Like, I was already kind of skeptical because of the fact that I was flying to 3 different places instead of 2. And the fact that I had to fly past my destination just to get back to my destination, that kind of upset me too. And the fact that I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to this mess, that kind of got to me too. All this stuff getting to me, and it's supposed to be I was excited. Like I said, my saying is supposed to be catch flights, not headaches. But all I had was a headache. Luckily, I was able to put something on my stomach, even though I need to put more on my stomach now. I don't know. My uncle said that when I go back, I probably have a smoother transition going back. I hope so. Because if not, I'm definitely not getting on a plane no more. Like, I already don't want to get on it no more. But going back, if it's just as bad as coming, I ain't getting on it no more. And the fact that I got to go to work Tuesday and I'm trying to get home by Tuesday morning so I can go to work Tuesday night, yeah. This ain't looking too good for the airlines for me. I drive. I have better luck driving. I'd rather waste gas and put some miles on my car versus put some miles in the air. I ain't tripping. I work so I can pay my bills. I got a lot. Like, a lot. Like, look at that. The level. Just like my road trip. I haven't even posted the second half of my road trip yet because, like, it was a disaster. A disaster. Every time I try to come to be able to move forward, it never works. Never. I'm gonna move forward though. I feel real sick right now. They always tell you plan your trip, plan this, plan that, plan everything. Every time I plan something, it never go as planned. That's why I just go with the flow and just let things happen. Like, it never fails. Every time I try to plan something, it never goes as planned. Never. Me going out with people never go as planned. Like, me trying to have a good time never go as planned. Me trying to come home and do what I do, and it never go as planned. I could plan things all day long, and for me, it never goes as planned. I could probably plan something for somebody else and it go correct, but for me, it never go as planned, bro. Never.